Power outage in Jurassic Park is already one of the most iconic disasters in movie history. Most people remember the big moments first. The cup of water shaking in the Jeep, the Tyrannosaurus stepping through the broken fence, the screaming, the chaos, etc. But when you go back and really watch the original film, what makes it terrifying isn't actually the dinosaurs themselves. It's a feeling that the island stopped obeying humans. That's the atmosphere Jurassic Park survival seems to be chasing now, and honestly, it might be the smartest direction this franchise has actually taken in years. This is in fact not trying to turn Jurassic Park into an action blockbuster sort of game. It's not about mowing down dinosaurs with assault rifles or building theme parks from a safe distance. This game is pulling the series back into the mud, back into the rain, back into the fear of being trapped somewhere that was just never meant to exist in the first place. And the deeper you look into what Saber Interactive is actually building right now, the clearer it becomes that they understand something a lot of developers miss about Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs are not the main threat. The island is. We think that's what makes this project so darn interesting right now. This game takes place immediately after the events of the original 1993 film. Not years later, not in a rebooted timeline, right after everything collapses. The emergency systems are now failing, staff members are either dead, evacuated, or missing. The dream John Hammond sold to the world is rotting apart in real time while nature quietly takes control back. Players step into the role of Dr. Maya, who is an engine scientist who gets stranded during the evacuation, and already that setup feels different from most modern survival games because you're not playing a soldier or a trained killer this time, you're surviving a disaster that already happens. And the more information actually surfaces about the project right now, the more it sounds like Saber understands that fear works best when players feel vulnerable. Now everything points toward a slower, immersive survival experience built around stealth, tension, and environmental storytelling rather than just non-stop combat. That alone, we think, separates this game from almost every Jurassic Park that's ever made. Because honestly, Jurassic Park has always worked best when humans feel small. That's the whole point. You were never really supposed to dominate the world, you were supposed to survive it. In fact, what's really exciting is just how much emphasis seems to be placed on immersion. The developers have reportedly rebuilt parts of the island with incredible attention to detail, pulling directly from the original film's architecture, layouts, and atmosphere, and that matters because the island itself is arguably the most important character in Jurassic Park. And this time, players aren't seeing the park during operating hours, they're seeing it after the dream died. Like imagine walking through the visitor center long after everybody left, emergency light flickering weakly against soaked marble floors. I want you to imagine that. Half-eaten food still sitting abandoned in kitchens, computer systems just glitching, empty control rooms while rain smashes against shattered windows and roofs, and somewhere outside something huge moves through the jungle, which you can't quite tell where. That's the kind of horror this game seems obsessed with. Not jump scares, dread. Slow creeping dread. And Unreal Engine 5 could end up playing a huge role in that atmosphere. The lighting technology alone per se opens terrifying possibilities. Modern graphics are immersive when they create spectacle, but they become unforgettable when they create uncertainty. We think that's where Jurassic Park really belongs. And honestly, one of the smartest things about this project is that it doesn't seem interested in over-explaining the dinosaurs. The creatures are terrifying precisely because they behave like animals, not movie monsters. Saber has reportedly focused heavily on dinosaur animations, and behavior seems to make encounters feel less scripted and more natural. That's important, because players shouldn't feel like they're fighting enemies, they should feel like they're sharing space with predators, like something real. There's a massive psychological difference between these two ideas. The fear comes from uncertainty, the idea that a raptor could just notice something unexpected, hear a sound you didn't even realize mattered, and approach from an angle you weren't even prepared for. In fact, the first movie understood this perfectly. The raptors weren't scary because they were strong. They were scary because they felt intelligent enough to break the rules of the environment itself. Now imagine modern AI systems built around that philosophy, which is where this game could become genuinely special. Every Jurassic Park game lives or dies based on how it handles a T-Rex. This creature isn't just a dinosaur anymore, it's cinematic mythology. No overdone action sequence, no ridiculous boss fight, just pure terror, or rather survival instinct kicking in. The best possible version of this game understands that seeing the T-Rex should feel rare, significant, almost overwhelming. The fear should build long before the creature even appears visually. Shaking ground, distant impacts, trees shifting unnaturally in the dark while the jungle suddenly goes quiet around you. That is simple horror at its finest. And the terrifying thing is that Jurassic Park doesn't even need supernatural elements to achieve it. Everything feels believable enough that your brain accepts the danger immediately. Now, one reason fans are paying such close attention to this project is because survival horror itself has evolved massively over the last decade. Jurassic Park Survival looks like it wants to sit beside those big games rather than compete with blockbuster shooters, which is a pretty huge decision, and honestly probably the right one, because the original Jurassic Park film was never really about action anyway. Steven Spielberg directed it like a thriller. The fear came from pacing, from silence, from anticipation. Some of the most stressful scenes in the movie involve people barely moving at all. That's what this game should focus on, not spectacle every 5 minutes. And the development updates suggest Saber understands that pressure. Reports indicate the game is progressing steadily and remains in strong shape internally, even though public updates have been relatively quiet recently. That silence has made some fans nervous, but honestly, horror games benefit from restraint and overshadowing kills atmosphere. The less players understand about the island before release, the better. Because part of the magic here is just the mystery, like what happened after the film ended. Who survived longer than expected? Who survived? What parts of the park are still functioning? How much worse did things become after everyone escaped? Those unanswered questions are fuel for a game like this. Honestly, there's something almost poetic about Jurassic Park finally returning to survival horror after all these years. The franchise spent decades drifting toward longer action set pieces and louder spectacle, but deep down fans never stopped wanting that original feeling back. The rain, the darkness, the isolation, the fear of hearing something in the jungle that shouldn't exist. That's why this game matters, not because it's another licensed project, but because it feels like someone fully remembered what Jurassic Park actually is underneath all of the branding and the blockbuster noise. It's not a power fantasy, it's a nightmare disguised as a miracle. And if Saber Interactive truly understands that, and honestly, it sounds like they do, then Jurassic Park Survival could end up becoming something fans have waited decades for. Not just a good Jurassic Park game, but the Jurassic Park game.